Hi friends, my name is Jonathan Joshi and I am the CEO of Eduvance, an education technologies company. And now most of y'all are excited to start your own venture or business. And you guys are excited to become our future entrepreneurs. And being an entrepreneur, to be very honest, based on my experience, and I've been doing this for the last 6 years, and being an entrepreneur is a lot about the journey. And as part of this Entrepedia platform that you've gained access to, we'll be talking a lot about this journey. So you've heard of this company called Amazon, right? Well, who hasn't, right? So Amazon was founded by a guy called Jeff Bezos. I would like you to go and Google this guy. And Amazon is a huge company which this guy started. And he did not get to here in one day or 1 year, but it took him more than 8 years to make Amazon a big success. So even this guy will tell you that starting a company is more about the journey. Similarly, you've heard of this company called Alibaba. Alibaba was started by a guy named Jack Ma. Again, I would suggest you to look him up. And as I said before, it's more about the journey followed by this guy to start and make this platform successful, the platform being Alibaba. And then there are many other such success stories that you must have heard of. For example, you must have heard of Steve Jobs, who started Apple. And you know Apple. And like that, there are many other what we call as successful entrepreneurs. And the one thing that is common with all these three people and all the successful entrepreneurs is they always ask the tough questions. Now, please remember, as I said, being an entrepreneur is the journey, and the journey will ask you tough questions. And you, as a young entrepreneur, should also learn how to ask yourself these tough questions and be ready for them. And this conversation that I'm going to have with you here is all about these questions, which we will go through step by step, so that we can take your idea that you have to start a venture or a business, and how do we take it to a stage where you know whether it's going to be successful or not. Well, if we knew everything beforehand, then life would have been much more different. But more importantly, we are going to discuss all these questions through a series of steps. And I'm excited to have this conversation with you. Again, as I told you, it's more about the journey and the questions. And let me tell you right now, there are no right answers. There are no right answers. You have to remember just one word in English, that entrepreneurship is all about trade-offs. And as you will realize that if you try and increase one parameter, you will have to compromise on another parameter. And as we will look at all the different questions, you will understand that life as an entrepreneur is all about trade-offs. So I hope you understand the meaning of the word trade-off. Let me give you an example. Let's say you have a motorbike. Sorry for my drawing. Now you know that a motorbike will consume less petrol. It can give you a better mileage. But the problem is you can sit only 2 at a time, or well, in India you can do 3 at a time. And it's smaller. Whereas if you have a car, it will definitely consume more petrol. It will give you lesser mileage. But you can fit up to 4 or even 6 people, and it's bigger. And hence it's safer. So this, my friend, is a trade-off, because a motorbike will cost you, let's say, 1 lakh rupees, whereas a car will cost you a minimum of 7 lakh rupees and above. So if you want better mileage, you have to go for a bike. But then the problem is it's smaller. If you want to fit more people, you'll need a car. But lesser mileage, the advantage is it's bigger and it's safer. So that, my friends, is called as a trade-off. So entrepreneurship, as I said, is all about trade-offs. If you try and increase one thing, you might have to give up on another thing. And that's what we will discuss as part of our platform, which is called Entrepedia. Okay. So, and as we will go through all the future questions, I'll be there with you step by step, and I will explain to you using various examples, because learning and understanding entrepreneurship, the best way is learning using examples. And I'll be using various examples. We'll be looking at websites, we'll be looking at different companies and how they work. So using these examples, let's try and understand this further. So I'm excited to get on this journey with you. I hope you are as well. So let's get started, and let's go ahead and create your first company. Let's get started.